about class 11 physics chapter number 3 motion in straight line. Okay, today we are discussing in this chapter introduction. First part is that introduction. Okay, in this chapter we will discussing about the motion. First of all, motion in straight line. Straight line, it means we are going in the see in this one direction. This is the one direction motion. Okay, then after we will discussing about the projectile motions. Okay, so in the two-dimensional and three-dimensional motions are there, but first of all we are discussing about the just in a motion in a straight line. First of all, motion. What is the motion? So in this lecture, we will show that the motion it means any object move from its position. It is one type of motion. You can move you can come at school. It is a motion. Okay, how you are changing your positions. You are whenever you are at home, it will be a x1 position, and if suppose we are reaching at the school, on that time the position will be changed. So your position will be changed. So you are in the motion. Okay, there is a motion in a straight line, but it is in a straight line motion, so we will discussing that. There are the angular motions also are there, and the projectile motions. So in this motions we will discussing about that. In this chapter, motion in a straight line, the it will be gives us the equations of motion. See, this is our chapter number 3, motion in a straight line. So, motion is a common everything in the universe. We walk, run, and ride bicycle. Even when our air moves into and out of our lungs, and fluid flow in the blood flow in the arteries, and we vanish. So, we see the leaves falling from trees and water flowing from down a dam. Automobiles and the planes carry people from one place to other. The earth rotates once every 24 hours and revolves around the sun once in a year. The sun itself is in motion in the Milky Way, which is again moving with its local group of galaxies. Okay, so there are everything will be motions. Motions is everything in the universe. Motion is a common to everything in the universe. So we run, we ride, we walk, we talk. We are taking the breathing. We our blood will also be flowing the arteries and veins veins. Okay, arteries and veins. So there are the lots, so all the things are in the motions. So motion is change in the position of an object with the time. What is the motion? Motion is the change in position of an object with time. How does the position with the time? Okay, first of all, how does the position of does the position change with the time? In this chapter we will solve the learns of how to describe the motion. For this develop the concept of velocity and acceleration. We solve the confine ourselves to study the motion of object along a straight line, also known as the rectilinear motion. Whenever we are discussing about the linear motion, on the time we will call the rectilinear motions. For the case of rectilinear motion with the uniform acceleration, a set of simple equation can be obtained. Okay. Finally, to understand the relative nature of motion, we introduce the concept of relative velocity. In our discussion we treat the object in motion as point object. This approximation is valid so far as the size of the object is much smaller than the distance it moves in a reasonable duration of time. In a good number of situations in real life, the size of object can be neglected and they can be considered in the point like object without much error. So in a kinematics, first of all, what is a kinematic? We study the described motion without going into the cause of motion. Okay, what cause of motion described in this chapter and the next chapter from the subject matter of 5, chapter 5. So first of all, what is a kinematic? Kina it means a motion. Okay, kina it means there are the combination. Kinematic is a combination of two words. The kina it will kinematics there are the combination of two words. Kina it means motion, and the matics will be mathematics. In this chapter we will show that the mathematics. Okay, so first of all you need to know you need to know integration and the derivation values of these chapters. So first of after in the next lectures I will show you the integration and the derivation. What is the integration, a solution of integration and the derivation. So we will first of all discussing in the previous in the next lecture integration and derivation, then after we will study of these chapters. So first of all, the kinematics. We study ways to describe motion without going into the cause of motion. So we in this phenomena, dynamatics and the kinematics are there. So in the kinematics, there are the not we are discussing about the cause of motion. How will we? There are the no we cannot need any kind of reason to motion. Just we need to know about that the motion. So kinematics we study. So kina it means motion it means the position will be changed, acceleration it is a one type of motion, velocity is a one type of motion, displacement is one type of motion. So this is these things will be used that the motions. Okay, this is the variable things are there coin motions. In the motion is the variable things, and the mathematics is that we are discussing about the integration and derivation. So kinematics, that's why we are taking the we got the Kaina in the matics. So how will we motion that it views in the motion. So we are discussing in the kinematics. That's why we are calling that the kinematics. Okay. Now our another topic is that position, path length, and the displacement. Earlier we learned about the motion and change in position of object with the time. Okay, when the position of object change with the time, it means what does it means? It means there are the position. Suppose a rectangular coordinate system consists of the mutually perpendicular axis label x, y, and z. The point of instantaneous of this three axes is called the origin. Okay, there is the known as the origin. So first of all, our point is at the origin, and suppose it will be moves in the x y direction on that time on that time in the suppose in a x direction. Suppose whenever it will be at here, see here, whenever suppose our position at here is O and it will be goes at to the 160. So there are the x1 and there are the x2. So this is the displacement, this is our position change with respect to time. Suppose time t is equals to at d is equals to 0, and whenever it will reach, it will be taking a 5 seconds, or it will be reaching it will be taking a 10 seconds or 1 minute. So it is a time when the position will be changed. It is a suppose at here O point, and it will be come at the Q point. So on the time the position will be changed. It is a 0 and it is a 240. The position will be changed with respect to time. So the position will change with respect to time. This is our basic phenomena. So we are putting that the call origin O serve as the reference point. The coordinate XYZ of an object describe the position of object with respect to coordinate system. To measure time, we position a clock in the system, this coordinate system, along with the clock consisting of a frame of reference. Okay, frame of reference. Suppose you are sitting in the train on that time you choose that the outside of this things, okay, outside of the train. So on that time you will feel this outside things are outside anything are there in the way of going, but there are the not a change of position, but you are changing the position. So there are the reference of point is that you are sitting in the train, but suppose you are using in the and on the outside of train, on the time you will show train will be motion. So this is the basic difference is that the reference point. Okay, first of all, whenever how we will show on that time you will understood what will be happen. Okay, so there are the two difference reference point. Okay, the difference reference point will be shows that the position of the things and what is the different velocity displays the position. So it will be gives the reference point. In one of or more coordinate of an object change with the time, we say that the object is in a motion. Otherwise, the object is said to be at the rest with respect to this frame of reference. The choice of set of axes in a frame of reference depend upon the situation. For example, describe the motion of one dimension, we need only one axis. To describe motion in two dimension or three dimensions, we need set of two axes and three axes. Okay. So we are discussing about the dash displacement, okay, frame of reference. So see here, one thing is that the choice of set of axes in the frame of reference depends on the situation. For example, for describing motion in a one dimension, suppose we are discussing in the one dimension, on that we need only one axis. Suppose we are discussing in the two dimension, on the time we need two dimension axis, and also whenever we are discussing about the three dimension, on the time we will discussing about the three dimension. Two dimension, it means we will be talking about the angular motion. On that time we will discussing about the x and y position. Whenever we are discussing about the projectile motion, on that time we will discussing about the three dimension. So first of all, here we are discussing just as a one dimension motion. So see here, describe the description of the event depends on the frame of reference choose for the description. For example, when you say that the car is moving on the road, you are describing the car with respect to frame of reference attached to you or the ground, and but with respect to frame of reference attached with the person sitting in the car is the rest. Okay, whenever you are sitting in the car, on the time I was told you in the previous slides, whenever you are sitting in the train, on the time you will show that the outer side is moving, and whenever you are sitting out stand at the outer side, on that time you will show that the train was moving. So this is the difference. Basic difference is that the frame of reference choose for the description. For example, when you say that the car is moving on the road, you are describing the car with respect to frame of reference attached to you or the ground, and but with respect to frame of reference attached with a person sitting in the car is the rest. Okay, so describe the motion along the straight line. We can choose an axis, say x-axis, so that is coincide with the path of the object. We then measure the position of object with reference of the convenience is choose in origin o, as shown in figure. See here, it is our figure, so it is at o. Okay, and the as so in figure, so position of the right of o are taken as positive, and the left hand this side we will taking at the left as a negative. Following this convention, the position coordinate of point q p and q in figure 3.1 are 360 and the 240 meters. Similarly, the position coordinate of r, it is equals to minus 120 meter. So see here, this is the position of coordination. Whenever we are sitting or we are discussing about the straight line, so position origin position of car at a different time. See here, path length of the motion of a car along a straight line. We choose an axis such that it is coincides. So with the path of the car motion and the origin of the axis at the point from where the car starts moving, the car was at x, it is equals to 0 and t is equals to 0. On the time, let p, q and r represent the position of the car at different instant of time. Consider two cases of motion. In the first case, the car moves from 0 o to p. Then the distance moved by car is OP 360. This distance is called the path length. Okay. So see here, whenever it is our car is here, situated at here, our car is at here 0 point, and after that it will be goes at the p point. So the distance between two point o and p, it will be used as the path length. Okay, this will be used as the path length. Suppose you are at your home and you will come at the college, sorry, you will come at the school. On the time, the difference of between the point of school and your home, there are the one path is there, and that path has a length, its own length. So this path length is known as the path length. Okay, and in other words, you can see that the length of path is known as the path length. It is so simple is that, but we are discussing about that this distance is called the path length. There is a difference between 2 points. Okay, so transfer by the car. In second case, the cars move from O to P and then moves back to from P to Q. During this course of the motion, the path length is transverse is OP plus PQ. So see here, whenever it will be at here OP, it will first of all reach at OP, it is a 360 plus. Whenever we will be back to at position Q, on the time it will be OP plus PQ. So we will get the total path to reach at point Q. Okay, so whenever you will, so it is the basic difference is that, so first of all you need to reach at Napa, but you will reach at first of all at Anand Borsuk Chowkadi, and then you will be back to the Anand back to Napa. So the distance between Anand to Borsuk plus the Borsuk to Anand, Borsuk to Anand, Borsuk Chowkadi, and then you will be become at the Napa. So on that time, the total path difference is that the 360 plus 120 meters, it will be 48 meters. The path length is a scalar quantity, a quantity that has a magnitude only. There is no direction. Okay, path length has a no direction. So our another topic is displacement. Displacement is useful to define another quantity displacement as the change in position. Let x1 and x2 be the position of an object at time t1 and t2. Okay, so when on that time, suppose it is a position change in position, it is not depend on the path length. Okay, so it is a change in position. So suppose you are at reach at here, after that you will be at your home. So how will we goes and home, it doesn't matter, but we will discussing about that only position of the change in position. So let the q1, let the t1 x1 is, let x1 and x2 is be the position of object at time t1 and t2, then its displacement denoted by delta x in delta in time delta t. So t2 minus t1 is given by the difference between the final and initial position. So delta x, it is equals to x2 minus x1. So we use the Greek word delta denoted a change in a quantity. So see delta x, it is equals to x2 minus x1. So delta x2 minus x1, it is equals to, it will change. We use the Greek letters delta denoted a change in a quantity. So if the x2 minus x2 greater than x1, delta x is positive, x2 is less than x1, delta is x is negative. So displacement has a both magnitude and the direction. Such quantity are represented by vector. We will be read about vectors in the text next chapter. Presently we dealing with the motion along the straight line, also called the rectilinear motions. In one dimensional motion, there are only two direction, backwards and upward direction. Okay, there are the upward and the backward and down, backward and forward and downward and upward direction, in which an object can move, can twist two direction, can easily be specified by plus sign and minus sign. So see here, for example, displacement of the car is moving from 0 to P is delta x2 is delta x is equals to x2 minus x1. So x2 is our 360 and x1 is our x2 is x360 and x1 is 0. So we will get that the plus 360 displacement. The displacement has the magnitude of 360 meter and direct in the positive x direction is indicated by the plus sign. Similarly, the displacement of the car from P to Q is 240 meter minus 360 meters, so we will get that the minus 120 meters. Okay, suppose from the displacement of car from P to Q, on the time the P is the 2 P is P to Q, it means P or x1 and P to Q is the x2. So sorry, P is our, so P to Q 240 minus 360, so we'll get the minus 120 meters. So see here, the negative sign indicates the direction of displacement. Thus, it is not necessary to use vector notation the discussing motion of object in one dimension. The magnitude of displacement may or may not be equals to the path length traversed by an object. For example, motion of car from point O to P, the path length is 360 meter and the displacement is 360 meter. In this case, the magnitude of displacement is 360 meter is equals to the path length 360 meter. But the consider the motion of car from O to P and back to Q. In this case, the 360 plus 120 is equals to 480. However, the displacement is 240 meters minus 0, so it is equals to 240. Thus the magnitude of displacement is 240 meters is not equals to the path length of 480. So see here, the path length is 360 plus 120, but whenever we are discussing about the displacement on that time 0 240 minus 0, so we will get the 240. Thus the magnitude of the displacement is not equals to the path length. The magnitude of displacement for a course of motion may be 0, but the corresponding path length is not 0. For example, if the car start from 0 goes to P and then returns to O, the final position coincide with the initial position and the displacement is 0. However, the path length of journey is 360 plus 360 meter is equal to 720 meter. Okay, so now motion in an object can be represented by the motion position graph. As you have already learned about it, such graph is powerful tool to represent the analysis different aspects of the motion of an object. For motion along the straight line, say x axis, only x coordinate varies with the time. We have x versus t graph. Let us first consider the example case in which an object is stationary. Car is standing at x is equals to 40 meters. See here, x is equals to 40 meters. It is not a change with the position. So this means that graph there are no kind of velocity. If the object is along the straight line, covers equal the distance in equal interval of time, is said to be uniform motion. See here, when the time will be changed, the position will be changed. See here, time will be changed at here with respect to position will be changed. So this is known as the uniform motion along the straight line. So the position of time graph of such a motion. See here, and suppose C position of, and last one is that the position of time of graph for a car is a non-uniform motion. Okay, non-uniform motion. Now let us consider the motion of car at the start at from rest 0 t is equals to 0 from origin O and peaks up speed of t is equals to 10 seconds. Therefore the moves with the uniform speed till t is equals to 18 seconds. Then the brakes are applied and the car stop at t is equals to 20 seconds. So x is equals to 296 meters. The position time graph for this case. So in figure, see here, whenever we are applying that the whenever we are starting that the 0 to 8 seconds on that time, the position will be remain same. After that it will be increase up to 20 seconds. So we will continuously increase at up to 20 seconds. But whenever we will reach at the 20 seconds, on that time the wheel brake will be applied on the car motions, so it will be going to stop, not increasing the velocity now. So this is the at position x is equals to 29 approximately 300. Okay, so there are the change in these things, this phenomena is so that the following of this is the non-uniform motions. Okay, this is known as the non-uniform motion. So this topic we are discussing about that the path length, path displacement, and also path length and displacement. Okay, so suppose you have any kind of query in this lecture, so then comment in the comment box. Okay, thank you guys, thank you so much.